Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. We have the third place match that's about to take place here. We have Bonnie Hunkins and Rico Torres II, who we just saw finish off a competitors in the Vangs. They're taking on Stacy Graham and Rory Hendrickson. So look for some good pool to be played here as we're heading into this. The FargoRate system in play, of course, and part of this 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championship. I'm Gennaro Vasquez, and I'm the commentator for the broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in for the web stream. Rory Hendrickson, looks like they have won the break, so Rory's going to go ahead and get them started here. Rory's been having a lot of success with that second ball break, so he goes back to it again. And just as I say that, of course, he pockets no ball. So Torres and Hunkins come to the table. So both teams going a race to 4. Looks like Hendrickson and Graham have just a slight edge according to the Fargo rating system. Rico Torres II assessing the table. Calls a 10 ball, so they've established themselves as stripes. And now Bonnie Hunkins comes to the table. Looks like that 13 ball and the 11 ball are laying a little funny. She might be able to just shoot this 15 ball, kind of draw it back a little bit, and you saw her laying her cue on the angle that she wants. So it looks like that is what she's going to do. Just take that 15, draw it back, maybe 5 or 6 inches, if even, to try to maintain that angle. Oh, she slid the cue ball over. That was a nice shot. Gives her partner a nice, good look at that 13 ball. Has to kind of turn it loose a little bit here because that 6, got to get that 6 ball out of there. Well, I'll tell you, that didn't make access to that 12 ball any easier. Looks like they're going to have to go ahead and shoot the ball that would normally be their breakout ball, or the ball to get to it, in order to continue their run out. Not the worst cross bank in the world, so maybe she'll take a look at that. No, we are going down table all the way here. Pockets his ball, has to find a way to kind of navigate around that 9 ball. She hit that very well. But that 11 ball is sitting in such a way that by pocketing it, it's going to be very difficult for him, while pocketing it, to get back down table. And even more so than that, even if he does manage to get back down table, it's got to be in such a way that they can play shape for the 12 ball. So that is another option. You could just bank the 12 ball now. That's, in fact, that might be the way to go. Just take the harder shot now and shot it a little firm, which kind of shortened it up some. So Torres tries the bank shot. He was feeling like that was the right way to try to run this out. Now we see our first look at this match at Stacey Graham. She's coming in. This is the third place match. Race to 4. Even up. The FargoRate system has Hendrickson and Graham with just an ever so slight statistical advantage of winning the match. Yeah, she has set him up very nice now. If he decides to shoot the 5 ball, break out, nudge out their treble ball. Seems like this would be a good opportunity for him to do so. I think he's considering it here because if he slides off that ball, it's a little tricky in that he's somewhat turning the cue ball loose. Rory Hendrickson from the Fargo Moorhead area shoots the 2 ball, and he does break it out, but he does it in not entirely happy with the way that came out because it kind of snuck up on that 11 ball. He's smiling though, so I have a feeling that his partner can shoot the 5 ball, but came very close to hooking her. So this is Stacey Graham. She's kind of evaluating the shots. And maybe she can't hit that 5 ball. She's electing to shoot the 4 ball. That was a nice shot. She hit that one really well. Rory shows his appreciation, saying thank you for digging me out of that little bit of trouble I got you in. So the 6 ball is one possible option. The 1 ball definitely a little bit more degree of difficulty to it. However, he's going to go ahead and shoot the 6 ball. Probably trying to lead for the 5. And did he hook her again? Not. I can't tell if he. Once again, he laughs because he either hooked her or almost hooked her again. That's the thing about Scotch doubles is that even when you're shooting well, sometimes your partner, some unexpected things can happen. So. All right. Well, Stacey has elected to go ahead and pocket the 5 and leave Rory the 3 ball. Pretty straight looking. I'm not sure if he can get forward in order to be able to get over for that 1 ball or not. He looks pretty straight here. I'll probably have to cheat the pocket and use lots of spin to come off that rail if he can even do it. All right, well, he elects to roll the ball forward. The one ball, it does go by the 8 ball. It's this has to be hit well, but pretty natural shape for the 8 ball. And catches just a little piece of that 8 ball as it goes by. So here comes another opportunity for Bonnie Hunkins and Rico Torres II. This is the third place match. Both of these teams with a loss. The winner goes on to play for the championship. They would have to double dip the team that is in first place, or in the driver's seat as they sometimes call it. Now he flirts with putting that 8 ball up on the 1. I don't think it's in trouble, but it definitely made it more difficult than it was before. Bonnie doesn't seem terribly concerned, so it seems like she's going to go ahead and play this 11. Probably come off back over to the area, so she doesn't want to go that far. Cue ball kind of got away a little bit. So what do we do here? I guess a couple of options. There's a bank shot. There is also there's safety maybe that could be played. I'll tell you, a real good safety would be to come off the left side of that. To come off the left side of that 12, hit near the side pocket and go up to the corner. That would be one option. Looks like he's going to go for the bank. That's what he's called, cross bank. Wow, he nails that.
Your turn.
Can't hit that one much better. So now we deal with that 8 ball. It was relocated a little bit. Let's see if Bonnie Hunkins can carry this home for her team, get them out to a 1-0 lead. FargoRate does have them as a slight advantage in this match. Oh, she hit it well, but unfortunately not just well enough. And so Rory Hendrickson comes back to the table here. Well, there's really only one shot. He could elect to try to cross bank the 1 ball. That's a very difficult shot. And then another option could be to play safe. A couple different ways he could do that. We're taking a look at that 8 ball and trying to figure out exactly how he wants to play the 1. Does he want to skim off it? Does he want to stop it? How exactly would be the best way to give he and his partner a chance to get back to the table again? This is the 2016 BCAPL League Wisconsin State Championships from Chula Vista Resort. We're going to thin off the 1. Taking another look at it. given this one a great deal of thought. Both teams would love to get this first game, and really they're both kind of on equal footing right now. Neither team has a decided advantage. That could change, though, depending on the safety. Oh, I tried to push that 8-ball out a little bit more. It's not an easy shot. He definitely has a cut shot, but it is pretty much the full length of the table. He's shooting off the rail and half ball cut. In addition to the difficulty pocketing the balls, there's also potential scratch. Ooh, and he avoids the scratch and somehow finds a way to lock up that 1 ball from going into the corner pocket. I think she's just going to try to play safe here. She's going to lay that cue ball up on the 8. And Stacy Graham takes that shot. Probably not the result that she was hoping for. However, Bonnie Hunkins comes up, and she's certainly appreciating the opportunity to shoot the 8-ball, put her team up 1-0. And there we go. So, after one game, Torres Hunkins takes a 1-0 lead over Hendrickson and Graham in this Wisconsin State Championship. I'm Gennaro Vasquez. We're broadcasting, streaming live to you here at the CueSports International website, and thanks for tuning in for it. One of the interesting rule changes for Scotch doubles that are taking place for the purposes of this tournament, and from now on for the CSI and BCA Pool League tournaments, is that in Scotch doubles you can now talk with your partner. You can consult with each other when it is your turn at the table. Now, you can't do so at the table. You have to walk away and confer away from the table. But at the same time, this allows an opportunity for them to be able to discuss shots and strategies. And, it's an interesting concept. And it does seem like it has sped up play quite a bit here. That is a solid break, and she is not going to be rewarded with a ball, it doesn't look like. So we have Rory Hendrickson coming up to the table again. Stripes, the decided favorites, I would think, for this particular rack. He was really, really wanting to get on that 12 ball, but kind of sneaked by and skimmed off the solid there. Stacy Graham coming up. Does she elect to shoot the ball on the side? Does she elect to shoot the combo? So Rory comes up and he's taking a look at that 11. Wants to get the right angle on that 10 ball because now they had a chance to get on that 12 ball right off the bat and didn't quite work out that way. So now they're going to have to play very deliberate shape in order to be able to get on that 12. In fact, he might have a chance at shooting it right now. He's looking at it. think it definitely goes. It just is a matter of it's not not an easy shot. Plus, also the cue ball is going to be dancing around up here with these solids, so he also has to take that into consideration. And after much deliberation, I think he's going to go ahead and shoot that 11 ball after all, which he does. Well, the combination of the 13 and 9 sitting pretty good, so just a matter of trying to hold the cue ball here, not just kind of get to the middle of the table, not get too crazy. And the combination can still be made. It's a little funny of an angle. At this point, if he does try that combination, he's going into the 4 ball, maybe the 5 ball. There's definitely going to be some things moving around in that area. He's giving some serious consideration into how he wants to play this. Oh, wow. He was able to shoot it in such a way that he did not contact either the solids, but as a result, he overcuts the ball a little bit, and it hangs in the pocket. The diamond tables, the Pro Cup pockets, not always very forgiving, and we can see an example of that right there. So Rico comes up. He's got the 5 ball. Going to try to follow in the 5 after the 9 here. An additional consideration for him is that he would love to move that 4 ball so that it's not it passes by the 9. That's probably not a priority, but a little bit of a better location probably wouldn't hurt anything either. So let's see how he shoots it. The 5 definitely can be played past the 9. The 9 very deep in the jaws. This is the 3rd place match. The winner advances to take on the team on the winner's side in the driver's seat. Torres has drawn his conclusions, getting ready to shoot. Pockets the 5 ball. And looks like they are off to the races, as they say. There's not too many balls or anything that are standing in their way. This is Bonnie Hunkins. Bonnie coming up to the table, doing their best to run this rack out, take that 2-0 lead, and she shoots it, stops it for the 6 ball. So the question here is, what ball do they want to shoot first? And wow, that ball rolled a long way. Torres makes a comment. I'm not sure if you were able to hear it. Did you see that? That ball did seem like it rolled a long way. So now we're going to, Phil Eichhorn joins me in the booth again now. Here comes Bonnie up to the table. A little bit of a tougher shot than I think they were anticipating. She finishes that off, so now they're sitting pretty good again. That 2 ball's kind of in the middle. It's at the second diamond. It really could be played in a number of different places. But at this moment, it looks like it's sitting pretty good where they're going to shoot that 2 ball, I'm sure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe draw just a tad, maybe 1 or 2 tips low. There we go. So she's able to shoot that. Rico looking to take this last solid off and just get on the other side of that side pocket, which she does. Leaves his partner a relatively straight-in shot. And she puts it down into the subway, as they say. So now it's 2-0. Torres and Hunkins take the lead. Race to 4. Hendrickson and Graham. They've had an opportunity at every table, maybe due to the layout or perhaps something else that has not gone their way. Torres and Hunkins have the first 2 wins. So you see the calculations now. Torres the second and Hunkins a 79% favorite to win this third place match of the 2016 BCA Pool League Wisconsin State Championships. And we have an opportunity here. Rory Hendrickson coming up ready to break. And looks like every time he seems like he's going for a run out, he breaks from the middle there. And so he's breaking from the middle, going for that head ball. Oh, wow. He came very close to scratching there. Somehow the ball stayed out, but it wasn't only the cue ball that stayed out. Somehow every ball, those balls are scattered to the 4 corners of the earth. And somehow...
Looks like a pretty good layout, though.
Yes,
either way.
It certainly does. I think the first starting shot is probably best for solids. However, because of where that 7 ball is, I think stripes is where she's probably going to start. Oh, did she hit that too thin? Yeah, she did. Ouch. That's not the start that I think that they were hoping for here. Well, they're down 2-0, and this is can probably be seen as nothing but a real opportunity for Torres the second and Hunkins to be able to really jump out to a huge 3-0 lead here. Rico is surveying the table. Really a matter of, does he want to play a combination here? He doesn't have to, but that might be what he's looking to do. I believe he called a 15 ball here. Did. And so it's A little bit of a funny angle there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he left her a lot of options here.
Well, the 9-ball isn't a bad shot, and the good news about shooting that is it looks like it goes. The natural angle of the 9-ball carries her down into the 10, but she's going to probably shoot that 12-ball. Just try to spin it around for shape.
Yeah, the 9-ball looks pretty tight.
Well, it's probably not the shot that either of them were hoping for at this moment, but considering the shape that she had and trying to get shape on that 9-ball, probably happy to have this shot. The angle's pretty natural, so fortunately he doesn't really have to make too much happen. That was a nice shot. Again, though, this angle looks a little funny as far as she may elect just to draw this ball back to the short side of that 10-ball. We'll see. Might be easier to draw that ball back to the short side of that 10-ball than to try to drive through it and go to the other side. Yeah, it's exactly what she did. She played, she went for the short side shape. Short side?
Yeah, came out of that pretty well, too.
Short side shape.
Yeah.
Looking rather academic of sorts.
It kind of looks like the last match, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Kind of a repeat.
Rory's coming around. There is I think there's room for her to make that ball there. It's a little tight, but we'll see. I think she's just got to float forward here a little bit, Phil. Yeah, that was a good hit.
Yep.
And so Rico is going to do pretty much the same thing. Just kind of take it forward a little bit. Leave her shot for the side pocket. And they already have a 79% chance of winning the match according to FargoRate. And this is going to really jump that even significantly more, of course, as they go to the hill. And Hendrickson and Graham, they are yet to get on the board.
It looks like Torres and Hunkins are pretty much unstoppable at this point.
Can see in the background that Pam Kelly is waiting and watching to see who they're going to end up playing. And at this point, Bonnie Hunkins and Rico Torres II have the break. So they're up 3-0, and they have the break. So.
Wow. Yeah, they got a 93% chance of winning this match.
We saw very similar, obviously a race to 4 at this level of play, being down 3-0 is significant. Remember, though, that last match where we saw, they had a 95 to 5% chance of winning, and that changed around in a hurry. It went hill to hill. So, never say never. She always elects to break from the center, and she bridges off the rail on her break. She extends that the length of the cue.
And there we go.
Yeah, she made a ball. Last man standing found its way into the into the hole. So she's going to. Well, it looks like stripes are really sitting pretty good here.
That's what I thought. They looked really well.
If there's sort of a trouble ball, that's going to be the first one he can shoot right here if he wants to. Oh, he's going to shoot the 11. Interesting. That is not why he wanted to shoot that ball. He wanted to leave his partner for a shot on the 12 ball. Now, they're still okay because the 13 ball just happens to be sitting there. But he wanted to draw that ball maybe, an inch and end up going maybe 3 inches. And that, it just changes things a little bit.
It still looks like that 12 ball shouldn't be too tough to get
they're
to,
they're still sitting very good. It's just a matter of plan A was, I believe, to get that 12 ball out of there right away. So plan B is still well underway. Looks almost now like he's thinking of playing that 9 ball and kind of spinning it, drawing it just a tad over by that third diamond here so that they can play a ball over the other corner.
He must have opted to save that 12 for...
Yeah, it's sort of a tricky situation because now they have to go from one end to the other end and get pretty good shape on that 12 ball in order to get out here. Interesting decision. She's going to let this go a little bit just so she can... looks pretty straight, but does look like he's got a little bit of angle. He can kind of draw it around that 5 ball, take it out one rail. They're still sitting pretty good. And if they can get this one, boy, that was the quickest, easiest match we've seen around here in a while because they have all been very tight, hard-fought matches. Well, he lets that one go. Oh, wow.
Well,
man, that came out pretty nice for him.
Yeah, caught that corner just right.
Sure did. He would have been along the rail and hits the cushion and pops back out for actually pretty good shape.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably couldn't have played that good a shape.
Yeah. And she shoots and leaves him pretty well straight in. So Bonnie comes up, leaves Rico the shot. Pretty much going to have to draw it straight back. And
nothing wrong with that shot.
I'll tell you what, I think I would take that shot pretty much any day.
Yep.
This is it for the match. And there it is. Wow, that was
a short one.
That was a very, very nicely played, well match from both Bonnie Hunkins and Rico Torres II as they advance on.